Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're really getting into something pretty fascinating, decoding how viral TikTok dance challenges are actually created.
Yeah, we've been looking through the source material on this, and it's not just random chance, is it?
Not at all. We're pulling out the core strategies, the secrets, I guess, and the actual steps from the sources for taking an idea and trying to make it explode.
Like those huge ones, Renegade or
Yeah.
Savage Love.
Yeah,
They didn't just happen. There was a process there.
exactly. And TikTok itself, it's become this incredible launch pad, hasn't it?
Totally. It's gone way beyond just being an app. It's where trends are literally born, launching songs, careers, even big cultural moments. The material really digs into how challenges are, like, central to that whole ecosystem.
And speaking of launching and getting big, the source material actually mentions pretty early on tools like rapidboost.net.
Ah, right. In the context of getting that next level growth, wasn't it?
Yeah, exactly. It talks about them as like solutions you can use to boost your social media profiles, specifically getting, real active followers and upping your engagement.
Which ties right into the whole virality thing. You need eyeballs, you need interaction.
Right. So the source presents it as part of that bigger picture of actually achieving the reach and influence needed for something like a dance challenge to take off. It's part of the strategic side.
Interesting. So it acknowledges both the creative and the amplification tactics.
So our mission today is to explore only what's in this source material. We're aiming to go beyond just surface tips.
We're talking choreography, music choices, collaborations, even trying to understand the TikTok algorithm a bit better.
And how maybe, just maybe, you can turn all those views into something more lasting, all based on the info we've got here.
Okay, so where do we start? Why are these dance challenges such a big deal on TikTok?
Well, the material calls them the heartbeat of the platform, which sounds about right.
Yeah, they don't just entertain. They actively launch hit songs, make creators famous overnight, and interestingly, give brands a really effective way to connect.
And the source gets into the actual mechanics of how they spread. It seems the TikTok algorithm plays a huge role, right? It rewards replication
Definitely. When it sees lots of people doing the same dance, using the same sound, the same hashtag, it flags that as trending content.
and pushes it out onto more For You pages, creating that viral loop.
Exactly. It feeds itself. And it taps into something fundamental about TikTok participation. It's built for community.
People don't just want to watch, they want to do. They want to join in, put their own spin on things.
And the material says what makes a challenge catch on is often about it hitting a sweet spot. It needs to be accessible, fun, or sometimes just really impressive to watch.
The source uses Jelaya Harmon's Renegade as a key example.
Right. It highlights how her original dance moves were, like, fresh, but also had simple, repeatable parts that made it accessible.
But crucially, it also notes that it really took off when some key influencers, early adopters, picked it up and amplified it.
Yeah, that initial seeding seems vital. And there's a great brand example in there, too, with numbers. Chipotle's hashtag #WalkDance.
Oh, yeah, for National Avocado Day, the stats are kind of wild 250,000 submissions.
And 430 million video starts.
Right? But the kicker, a reported 68% jump in guacamole sales.
68% from a dance challenge. That's, wow. Okay, so that shows the power. How do you actually create one? Step one, according to the source, is the choreography itself, the foundation.
Right, and it's not just about stringing moves together. The material says the choreo needs to spark curiosity. It needs to feel kind of rewarding when you try it, even if it's simple. It has to make people want to jump in.
Finding that sweet spot, they talk about catchy but actually doable.
They even give specifics.
Yeah.
Aim for like 15 to 25 seconds long.
And maybe 8 to 12 distinct moves. Loopable, easy to remember.
Yes, and absolutely critical. A signature move, that one standout bit. Like the examples they give. The dab for hit the quan or the split in the WAP challenge.
Or the hip sway and say so.
Yeah.
It's the part everyone remembers and associates with the challenge. Becomes the visual hook.
The source also really emphasizes inclusivity. Make steps anyone can at least try.
Yeah, it's pretty clear. Simple moves tend to go viral more broadly. Super complex stuff might look cool, but fewer people will actually attempt it.
And think about visual appeal on a small phone screen. What pops?
Clear arm movements, maybe a hair flip, things that look good synchronized, facial expressions too.
There's a pro tip in the source about Renegade, those hand claps and wave moves. They created a visible rhythm that worked well even on tiny screens.
Makes sense. And they suggest testing it out. Try it with friends. If they can pick it up reasonably easily, that's a good sign.
Good advice. Okay, step 2. Pairing it with the perfect song. The material says this is, like, arguably just as crucial as the dance.
Totally. Music drives the whole thing. Challenges blow up with tracks that have those infectious hooks, strong beats you can feel, maybe catchy lyrics.
So how do you pick one? The source suggests looking at trending or up-and-coming sounds right there on TikTok.
Yeah, surf the sounds page, or even check external charts like Spotify's Viral Top 50.
Oh, and they mention licensing new songs. That could be a win-win for emerging artists and creators, maybe even leading to co-promotion.
That's a smart angle. And within the song itself, you need clear cues for the choreography.
Meaning like obvious beats or specific lyrics that tell you when to do a certain move.
Exactly. Makes
Cool.
it way easier for people to follow along.
Rights and permissions is another practical point they bring up. Got to check the copyright.
Definitely. TikTok prefers audio from its own library or sounds made right on the app. That's usually the safest bet.
The source gives Drake's Tuesday Slide as a quick example. That one was huge because the lyrics literally told you the moves right.
Right foot up, left
Yeah.
foot slide.
Yeah.
Yeah, it couldn't be clearer. The song was the tutorial. Super accessible.
Genius, really. Okay, so you have the dance, you have the music. Step 3 is setting the whole thing up for shareability. Hashtags, captions, calls to action.
Yeah, naming the challenge matters. And setting some clear, maybe simple rules helps give it structure.
A distinctive hashtag is called essential. Needs to be simple, catchy, relevant, and not already flooded with random stuff.
Absolutely. It's the anchor for finding all the videos. And then clear, friendly instructions are a must.
The source suggests filming a dedicated tutorial video as your first post, using captions, maybe a voiceover.
Yeah, break it down clearly. And think about the challenge structure. Defining potential rules like duet a friend, add your own twist, wear a certain color that can boost participation.
Gives people ideas on how to join in beyond just copying. What about timing?
The source mentions prime timing, posting when users are most active, usually evenings, weekends. But check your own analytics for your specific audience.
Good point. Okay, step 4. You've got it all set up. Now you need to seed it, get it out there.
This is about getting the right influencers involved early on, that initial spark.
Tapping into audiences that are already into trends, right?
Exactly. The material suggests looking at micro-influencers, those with maybe 10K to 100K followers. They often have really high engagement.
And niche dancers or choreographers, people already in that space.
Makes sense. And also keeping an eye out for those early adopters you see jumping on trends quickly on your For You page or the Discover section, those emerging voices.
So how do you approach them? What's the pitch?
Explain the challenge, why it's fun, why it fits their vibe, and what's in it for them. Maybe exposure, maybe payment, maybe just a fun collab.
The source uses Charlie D'Amelio and the hashtag Blinding Lights Challenge as a case study. Her joining in obviously made it massive.
For sure. But it also stresses you don't only need the absolute top tier. Sometimes smaller creators with really engaged fans can start that chain reaction.
So reach out personally, offer something, and encourage them to be creative with it too.
Yeah, don't just ask them to copy. Let them add their own style. That authenticity matters on TikTok.
Okay, that makes sense. Step 5 is in activating the algorithm in the community, trying to ride that wave onto the For You page.
Right. And the source reminds us, the algorithm loves engagement. Likes, comments, shares, but especially duets and stitches, those native TikTok features.
So you need to actively encourage that kind of interaction.
Yes. Like and comment on early attempts yourself. Feature the best ones using Stitch or Duet. Explicitly invite people to add props, costumes, different locations, bring in pets, family. Encourage that remix culture.
Makes it feel more collaborative. What about using TikTok Live?
Yeah, the source suggests that too. Host Q&As, maybe do the dance live, have theme days. It builds community connection around the challenge.
Any specific algorithm insights mentioned?
A few key ones. The importance of the first hour of engagement is highlighted. Getting likes and comments quickly signals to TikTok that the content is good.
So maybe promote it on Instagram or Twitter right after you post on TikTok.
That's the suggestion. Also, maybe leverage existing trends. Can you pair your dance challenge with a sound or meme that's already viral?
Oh, like piggybacking on something current. Smart.
And keeping it rolling. Don't just post the tutorial and disappear. Revisit your own challenge. Maybe remix it yourself later to keep it showing up.
Keep it alive. Got it. So the final step, step 6, is measuring success and thinking about the long game. Building influence.
And the source points out that viral is relative, isn't it? You don't need millions of videos. Even a few thousand really good ones can be huge for a brand or a creator's goals.
So what metrics should you actually track, beyond just view counts?
Participation volume is key. How many videos use the hashtag? How many stitches, duets? Also, demographics. Who is participating? Where are they? What age group?
And engagement quality. Are the comments positive? Are people getting creative with their remixes? Are they sharing it off-platform?
Exactly. Understanding the impact, not just the raw numbers. And then how do you leverage that?
The source talks about following up, engaging with the best participants, maybe doing best of compilations.
Yeah, shout outs, acknowledging the community. Also keeping iterating. Maybe launch a spin-off, tweak the dance slightly, try it with a new sound, keep the momentum going.
And cross-promoting the best user videos on Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts, wherever else, extend the reach.
It's about turning that moment into sustained growth.
Okay, this is a lot, but the source material actually boils it down into a concise 7-step walkthrough at the end, right?
Yeah, a nice summary. Step 1, brainstorm moves easy, bold, clear.
Step 2, choose song trending or new, maybe collab potential.
Step 3, record demos, show the dance, break it down, use captions.
Step 4, brand with a hashtag unique, memorable, announce it with the tutorial.
Step 5, engage first movers, pitch those influencers, get it seeded.
Step 6, go live and interact host sessions, hype it up.
And step 7, analyze and adapt, watch the analytics, tweak things as needed. Persistence and adaptation are key, the source emphasizes.
So wrapping it all up, the big takeaway from the source seems to be that virality isn't just magic. It's really a mix of, well, creativity in the dance,
Smart marketing choices, like the hashtag and timing,
savvy collaboration with the right people.
and genuinely engaging with the TikTok community, playing by its rules almost.
The source suggests the challenges that really fly are the ones that invite everyone in, keep it fun, and let people shine.
Yeah, those key ingredients again, unique dance, perfect music, clear call to action, and getting that initial boost from the right creators.
It really is a fascinating blend of art and strategy.
Definitely.
So let's leave you with a final thought, drawing on what the source highlights about creativity and connection being so vital on TikTok. Given that whole process starts with just an idea and hitting record, what unique mix of creative movement and community interaction could you maybe bring to spark the next big thing? Something to think about.